All right, we are going to do a little what I do before the ball is snapped video. Try to help you guys out. So, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to count the box. So, right here, I've got a little 6-on-6 action, and so I could run the ball, which is what I would encourage most people to do. Now, you could almost count that extra defender over there as a box defender, and so if you do, even though he's technically not in the box, he can get there to make a play relatively quickly. And if the two backers flow the way they're supposed to, the only lane is going to be a cutback lane. If that guy feels, you can't really do a whole lot about it. So that's the first thing I do. I'm going to count the box. Next thing I do, I'm going to look at the safeties. In this situation, we've got one safety deep. That more than likely means cover 3, cover 1. It could be a cover 2 invert. It could be a disguise coverage, but we're just going to go very basic level here. So it looks like to me that it's going to be a cover 3 situation. And so to me, that's going to eliminate some reads. Now on this play, it's probably just going to take out the tight end right here, my A route. Now, if for some reason it ends up being man, I've got Debo on a corner route versus a slot corner. And so post snap, if I see that it is man, I'm going to hit the corner. But I'm going to go into the play thinking that it's cover 3, which tells me my reads are coming in one of two places, okay? So I'm either going to hit the low or the high. Now, the high route here is going to be the two corner routes, right? The low routes are going to be the hitch to the outside left. You could hit this little spot play right here, or I can hit my running back on the little swing pass. And so I'm going to go with the swing pass. Defense played good right there. I get real lucky and kind of make something happen after the catch. But what you're really wanting to do here is just eliminate as much work as you can before the ball gets snapped. Now, you see on that play, I learned from the previous play that that flat defender is going to end up shooting out to take on the running back. And so when he does that, it does open up some other stuff. So the tight end route does end up getting open and things of that nature. And that's what you do as the game goes on. You kind of learn a little bit more about what's going to be open and so on and so forth. But that's kind of a one high safety, little pre-snap read right there. Let's look at a two high safety situation. We'll run the same play right here, okay? We'll go Tampa 2, sure. So two high safeties here. Now, there could be more coverages in this situation. So it could be cover 2. It could be a cover 1 robber show cover 2. It could be a cover 9 show cover 2, cover 6 show cover 2. It could be a quarter show cover 2. It could be a cover 3 buzz. Like two high safety is a little bit harder. And so when you do get a two high safety situation, what I encourage you to do is to run the ball. Okay? That's 4 or 5 yards right there. Two high safeties are a lot harder to throw against, right? Not impossible, but it is a harder defense to throw against because it is going to take away any deep routes. And so you're left with very tight window throws. And they're not impossible to make, but they are just a little bit harder. And so the smart thing to do is just to hand the ball off, try to get a good run, and live to fight another down. Now in this situation, how do I know that I'm going to go into a pass play if I were to pass here, knowing that it's cover 2. And here's why. If you draw kind of just the play art in your mind, right? Corners are at 5 yards. That typically tells me cover 2. Now, could be a cover 2 hard flat. They could do coaching adjustments and make this a really difficult read for you where you're having to hold it for a little bit longer than you want to and weird stuff can happen. And that's why I tell you, just if you're not sure, run the ball. Now, in this situation, if I was banking on it being a cover two, I know that that route is open. Now, that's a safety play, a middle backer, so he makes a great play there. But it's all just about minimizing risk. That's what I do pretty much pre-snap. And so again, let's walk through it. Count the box. We've got 6 on 6. That means I should run the ball, right? We've got 2 high safeties. Corners are at 5 yards, and so I'm pretty much dead set on I'm going to run this ball. And it's not flashy, but this is how I win. This is how I stay ahead of the chains all the time. I'm usually in, I love getting in like right there. I mean, I think I got what, like 8 yards on that run. And so what's great about that is on 2nd and 2, I can now take a shot down the field if I want to, because then I can come back on 3rd and 2, and the whole playbook is open to me in that situation. So just minimizing your risk and getting what you can is important. And that's really what I do before the ball is snapped. It's very simple. I'm going to come out. Again, I'm going to count the box. I'm going to look how many safeties do I have deep. And that's my pre-play stuff. Now, post-play, if it was 2 high safeties, how do I tell? Cover 4, cover whatever. Well, you read what the safeties do. So right here, they're taking a 2-man deep drop. If it were quarters, they're going to do something different. If it was, like a half field coverage, like cover 6, cover 9, they're going to behave differently. If it was man, obviously they're going to behave differently. And so, that's what the NFL quarterbacks are probably going to do most of the time, is they're going to read what the safeties do post snap and then go to their read. And so knowing your playbook, this is why I tell y'all to play your computer games. Run plays you don't normally run. Practice, go to practice and practice things. And so that way you can drop back and know, okay, this is what's open on this play. This is what's here on this play. That's the key to taking the next step, especially in a passing game. And so, yeah, that's against a 2 high shell, and then just a little extra. Little extra stuff right here. So let's say you're a team who is good at running the football, right? And on early downs, a lot of people are going to run cover 3. I'm going to run a lot of cover 3, a lot of cover 1 on early downs to take away the run game and get them into a 2nd and long, right? And so take advantage of that. Go against your tendencies on early downs and run some early down play action. And you don't have to get a ton of yardage, right? Like, it's not about getting a lot of yardage. It's just about 40% of the yardage you need for a first down. I can tell you when I play Christian, who we all know Christian's a very good opponent. He knows that I love to pass the ball. And so when I do run those play action plays, he's like, oh, finally, here comes a run. And then I hit him on that play action over the top. And so it's about minimizing the risk. It's about minimizing the work you have to do after the ball is snapped. And if you can do those things, you're going to win a lot more games. And so I'm glad that play, I can show you that play, because this is still against cover 3. This is still against kind of that 7-man box. And so just watch for that, and you can still run the ball. It's okay to just run the ball and get 2 or 3 yards. That's okay. It's better than an incomplete pass. Obviously it's better than a sack, fumble, or interception. So just staying ahead of the chains, getting positive yardage, and eliminating negative plays, big time things that will help you going forward.